You should always start on an acoustic guitar. That's the advice I've heard for years, and I still see it and hear it everywhere, and it's completely wrong. Following this advice could actually waste so much of your time and even put you off guitar altogether. If you're thinking about picking a guitar up for the first time, all I want for you is to succeed, and starting off in the best possible way can help you a ton. So, what's the right answer? First, let's go through the reason that this advice is so common before I get into the blindingly obvious idea that this advice completely ignores. The reason people always advise new guitar players to start on an acoustic first is down to one thing: it's harder to play. As backwards as this sounds though, there is some merit to it. Acoustic guitar is physically more demanding than electric guitar in some ways. The main thing is that the string tension is higher, which makes it harder to fret the notes you need, and it does strengthen your hands well. It also helps to build a good set of calluses on your fingertips, which makes playing guitar much less painful. At first, we've all been there, guitar can be sore on your fingertips. Also, some people say that starting on an acoustic guitar is a more true representation of the instrument. Basically, people just think you should cut your teeth on an acoustic. It's almost like a rite of passage, and there's this bit of an unspoken rule with some guitarists that if you didn't struggle on an acoustic first, then you're cheating. That's obviously nonsense. Personally, I started on an acoustic guitar. It was a 3/4 size nylon strung classical guitar that I got from Argos in like 2003 for £15, and it was fun. For a while, I had a good time learning open chords and strumming away and making my own music for the first time. Not that it was any good, but it was hard work for a few reasons, one of them being just how hard it was to play. But with 18 years experience behind me and looking back, it's obvious now why this advice is so wrong. It doesn't take your personal aspirations into account. What music do you want to play? It's so simple when you think about it. It's rare that people even ask this question before telling someone to pick up an acoustic guitar and pay their dues. If you want to learn electric guitar tunes like I did, then why in the world would you start on an acoustic guitar? All I listened to as a scruffy 12-year-old kid who played Tony Hawk's Pro Skater all the time was Slipknot, Sum 41, and Blink-182. An acoustic guitar is just the complete wrong instrument for that. Imagine being really into football, that's the only thing you want to do, and you ask about joining a team, but then you're told, "Whoa now, you need to do a season of cricket before you can even kick a ball around. I want to make sure that you're into sport." It just makes absolutely no sense. The question you need to ask yourself when you're trying to decide what guitar to get first is, what music do I love the most? That's where you'll find your answer. If you're into acoustic music or singer-songwriter type stuff, that kind of thing, then by all means, go and grab yourself an acoustic guitar for your first instrument. Become the next Ed Sheeran. I would love to see you packing out arenas with your trusty acoustic. But if you want to play loud, mean riffs and ripping solos, then don't waste any time. Pick up your first electric guitar and jump right into learning how the thing works and get to those riffs. Nothing will make you happier, I promise you. I know for a fact that if I'd have been made to play acoustic guitar for any longer than I had to, I just would have put it down and never picked a guitar back up again. And that's simply for the fact that it just wasn't what I wanted to play. If I'd have had to learn one more C chord, G chord Bob Dylan song when I didn't even know who Bob Dylan was, I would have started playing cricket, and I don't even like sport. Not to mention all the time that I would have wasted funneling my efforts into something that I just wasn't into. And the exact same goes for if you want to play relaxing acoustic music, but you've got an electric guitar and you can't stop your amp feeding back. You need to make sure you've got the instrument that suits you. By picking the type of instrument that fits the music that you enjoy best, you can immediately join in. You can learn all your favourite songs and jam along to them. Learn the relevant techniques to help you grow as a guitar player right from the very start of your journey. But the most important thing is that you'll have fun and be fulfilled doing the thing that you actually want to do. Guitar isn't something that you should have to prove yourself for. Learning guitar should be a fulfilling and motivating hobby, and putting roadblocks in the way only helps to ruin the experience for you. But there is one last thing to bear in mind. Just because you pick one now doesn't mean you can't go to the other one later. It's natural for music tastes to change over time, and as we grow as players, we might want to dip our toes into other genres. That's the beauty of guitar. The core principles that you learn on either instrument for electric or acoustic stay the same. They both have 6 strings, they're tuned the same, the chords are the same. Everything's the same. You can move from one to the other as much as you like with no real issue at all. So if you find yourself getting bored of the pop punk stuff that you liked when you were a kid and you want to try something a bit calmer, you're already most of the way there as soon as you pick up an acoustic guitar. The paths only start to diverge when you get more advanced on each instrument. I'm going to be completely honest with you, you're probably not going to play any pinched harmonics on an acoustic guitar and you're almost certainly not going to do any Travis picking or percussive hits on an electric, but that means there's a whole new world of guitar playing ready for you to explore, and that's an amazing thing. There's always a new technique to learn or a new album to enjoy, and there's a whole world of new players on either side for you to obsess over. Sometimes switching between can be a great thing, and that's why I would always advise all guitarists to have access to an acoustic and an electric if they want to. It helps keep it fun, and sometimes you just might not be in the mood for massive riffs, and having an acoustic guitar is just the perfect thing. Personally, mine are mostly just to play Tenacious D on, and that makes me super happy. So if you're thinking about picking up a guitar for the very first time and don't know where to start, just ask yourself, what music is it that you'd love to play? And there's your answer. There's no wrong choice other than feeling forced to play a particular type of instrument just because other people said so. Do what's right for you and you'll be happier and more fulfilled in the long run. And just maybe, you'll pick up a hobby that lasts a lifetime. If you can relate to any of what I've just said in this video, then please hit the like button to let me know. In the meantime, it's been awesome talking to you and I appreciate you being here. Take care mate, stay safe. I'll see you later.